Perspective 2, people want to use their gifts. Finding Africa reminded me of the importance of recruiting someone to serve using their strengths. I realized that when I asked people to serve using their background, personality, talents, gifts, and passions, I found people who enjoyed serving. These men and women seldom burned out. They sensed that God had created them for this very opportunity. Certainly, they realized that there are times when they needed to do things that they did not want to do. In these moments, they relied on their character and grew in their faithfulness and perseverance. These moments too often are the rule rather than the exception. A person's ministry should be something she or he looks forward to rather than something she or he dreads. So how do I determine what to ask someone to do? Throughout Paul's writings to the early church, he refers to the importance of understanding and using our spiritual gifts. In addition, Paul challenges these early churches to see themselves as part of a body, each person having a significant part of the whole picture. Paul was helping us learn how to recruit. He knew that when we can connect a person's uniqueness to their ministry, we will be amazed at the positive results. Tools such as spiritual gifts assessments, the Gallup Strengths Finder, the Myers-Briggs Temperament Indicator, which is all about personality, and even the Enneagram are all incredibly helpful in helping someone discover their uniqueness and then discovering someone's passions. That combination is unbelievably effective. As people begin to see their uniqueness, they begin to proactively serve. Here's the catch. When our people are unleashed, our struggle will be keeping track of all that our leaders have initiated rather than finding enough people to help out. The beauty of organizing through networks is that they are fantastic places for our people to do just that. So many fantastic serving initiatives, social serve events, etc. can happen through that context. As our leaders experiment, we can start to share with other networks and other ministries what works and what doesn't work. As we begin to organize around the talented people God has brought into our community, we begin to realize that there are some ministries that should come to an end. When no one remains passionate about a ministry, we should not feel the need to perpetuate that particular ministry just for the sake of keeping it going. We must trust God to bring us people with passions and talents to do what He wants us to do, rather than simply looking for people to fill slots. During a conversation I had with Erwin once, I asked him to share some of the strengths and weaknesses that he saw in me. He said, "Eric, you are really good at working with people more talented than you." Now, at first, that didn't sound like a compliment. But if that is truly the case, then I have the capacity to lead anyone. If I could only lead those who are less talented than I am, then there's a much smaller pool from which to recruit. So how do we do this? By learning to recruit others based on talents and gifting, I learned how to lead people more talented than I am. Too often I felt that I could do things better than those around me. I felt like I needed to be the best speaker, the best singer, the best leader, architect, designer. As a result, I failed to create a place for others to serve. When I acknowledged that I needed others as part of a team to help me accomplish our mission, I began to see the value in others. An incredible advantage of recruiting others to serve using their talents and tapping into their passions includes the ability to connect those who do not follow Jesus to our community. When a spiritual seeker has the opportunity to paint, dance, greet others at the doors, serve the homeless, or organize a softball tournament, we have the opportunity to invest in them while they begin to enjoy our community. As I have become a better recruiter, I've been able to help others see their gifts and talents to help them find their niche. So I want you to think for a moment. What are the things you're doing throughout the week that actually someone else could do better? What are the things that are filling up your time that really other people would enjoy doing? So here's what I want you to do. Do a time audit. Of the hours of your week, how much time are you spending doing something that others could do? Maybe even do better than you are. You and we need to focus on doing the things that only we can do and recruit others to do the things that we're not necessarily as good at or passionate about. God has given you everything you need to accomplish the mission He's called you to. That might require saying no to some things that should not continue. It might require recruiting others to do things that you should not continue to do. But focusing in on what you're great at, and certainly continuing to do the things that no one is willing to do, being servant leaders in our community, this will help us move things forward.